Wow, we actually have some very big news to go over in today's video. So grab yourself an ice cold caramel macchiato from yours truly, good old McDonald's, and let's go ahead and get into it. So apparently Joe Tetmeyer spotted 9 Cybertrucks at Giga Texas. This is probably not testing at this point. These are probably Cybertrucks getting ready for actual delivery, and a lot of people expect this could be Q4, but I think even towards the end of this quarter could make a lot of sense as well, considering you're now seeing 9 of these parked outside, and that's quite a bit of testing vehicles. But obviously this is speculation on my end. It could very well be Q4. Jason Yang, who shoots and uploads Giga Shanghai videos, says most areas around the factory are currently unable to take off due to GPS breakers. Yang also mentioned that the Model 3 Highland will be released next week. If this is correct, this could be a pretty big deal for Tesla stock, and maybe you don't have as much time as you thought to buy the dip. These again are obviously rumors and should be taken with a grain of salt. We also have some very good news as far as inventory as well as production numbers out of the Shanghai factory in the month of July. New inventory numbers are coming in much lower than we previously thought it would. The Model S is up 13.3% versus last quarter. The Model X is up 22.7% versus last quarter. The Model 3 is down 40.3% from last quarter. And the Model Y is down 4.8% from last quarter. So to see the Model 3 and the Model Y inventory numbers being so low is a very good thing. For people that are concerned about price cuts coming, this does not support that. So it does not look like there's any imminent announcement of price cuts coming anytime soon. And another reason you could explain the Model 3's inventory down 40.3% from last quarter's numbers is because production has slowed down because they're getting ready for that Highland version, which this does also support that the Highland could actually come out next week. I think that makes a lot of sense if inventory numbers are down 40% from what we've seen last quarter. And the Model Y inventory numbers have started to recover. They were a lot lower just about a week ago. So you have seen some inventory actually come online. The Model X, as it typically usually is the highest for inventory as of right now. Production numbers from Giga Shanghai in July are coming in at 80,345 vehicles. This is down slightly from what we seen last month of 80,365. So only a difference of about 20 vehicles. If Tesla was able to produce this many vehicles, even relative to last month after the temporary shutdowns and the retooling of equipment for the Highland, this is a very, very good sign for Tesla stockholders. Model Y production came in at 57,604. This was the second highest monthly production ever, while the Model 3 production of 22,741 was about 11% below the year-to-date average, again supporting that Highland edition. New variant, refreshed version, whatever you want to call it, is coming sometime in the near-term horizon. Now, the Model 3 production being this high kind of goes to show that Tesla was able to slow down production of the Model 3 to retool their factories and still keep production. Very good news. 2 days ago, a Tesla Cybertruck was found broken down on the side of the road. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. If Tesla wanted us to get some inside pictures of this Cybertruck, I don't know. Okay, there's a lot of reasons why this could have been broken down on the side of the road, but we indeed got a better look at the suspension of the Cybertruck. These are pictures of the Tesla suspension system on the Cybertruck prototype. I'm not a suspension expert. I have no idea what I'm looking at here, so I'm just going to read some of the comments that a suspension engineer had to say about the Cybertruck and its suspension. The expert noted that Tesla is using an anti-roll bar, which is not using a hydraulic system like Rivian's. He said it remains to be seen how they manage the difference in travel. And he says that the rear lower A-arm is in 2 pieces of welded steel, different to the casting at the front. However, it might just be a prototype way to test form and function. The ultimate conclusion he gives, he says, quote, overall, I'm surprised by the simplicity of the system. When there's simplicity, there's generally robustness too. Ford is delaying electric Explorer production to mid-2024. The delay comes as the company wants to meet the incoming technical standard for EVs, or UN Regulation 100.3. The new regulation requires new safety tests on the batteries of electric vehicles before they can take to the road. Tesla is offering discounts on Powerwalls in the UK and Australia. We already knew about Australia and the $750 instant rebate, but the UK is now being offered this as well, of about $600 off of these Powerwall units. GM shares have been dropping after a warning that battery issues are slowing EV production again. General Motors shares fell 6% on Thursday. This is because they warned about the production of EVs, but specifically the battery modules were going a lot slower than previously expected. And the main thing that can be highlighted here is the Cadillac Lyriq was supposed to produce many thousand vehicles this year, but they've only produced 2,400 of the luxury SUVs in the first half of this year. They were targeting over 10,000, 20,000 for this year. Not good numbers. Even on the Chevy Bull, that's only sold about 50,000 EVs for the first half of this year. Far lower than what GM is hoping for, and I think this just highlights Tesla's lead against legacy automakers with EVs. A GM can't keep up their battery production. Or maybe it's a demand problem after all. And then you got Ford that's delaying their vehicles, that's losing $7 billion in the last 2 years. Nobody can really compete with Tesla. And I think this does beg the question. Does it make sense for a General Motors or a Ford or a Toyota or a Kia or any other producer of electric vehicles, or presumably producers of electric vehicles in the future, to license with Tesla for full self-driving? They have so many other issues going on right now. Batteries, regulation, production, demand. FSD is going to be a requirement in a couple years from now. If you cannot produce a software that will be better than Tesla's or comparable to Tesla's within the next couple of years, you will not succeed as an auto manufacturer. It's a necessity. And I think more of these problems just highlights the need to partner with Tesla on some of these key aspects, including full self-driving. We also have this very tragic story of how a man bought a Ford EV, the Ford F-150 Lightning, and during his family road trip to Chicago had a bunch of problems. He's now calling it the biggest scam of modern times. That is electric vehicles. This guy, I'm not even going to try to say his name, but Bala, he lives in the Winnipeg area, which is like the middle of Canada, like up, right? Like if you're looking at the border of Canada and the US, it's kind of in the middle, like up a little bit, right? Just across the border a little bit. It says He told Fox Business he needed the vehicle for work, but also wanted something suitable for recreational activities such as driving to his cabin or going fishing. He also wanted an environmentally friendly vehicle, as owning one is responsible citizenship these days. He was quickly hit with the reality of owning and operating an EV soon after the purchase. The vehicle compelled him to install 2 chargers, one at work and one at his home, for $10,000. To accommodate the charger, he had to upgrade his home's electric panel for $6,000. I don't know what kind of chargers Ford offers, but a Tesla charger at your house is like $1,200. So I don't know where they kind of get these numbers from, if that's the price for installing a Ford charger at your house. That's absolutely insane. Now, he said not long after he got the vehicle, he got into a minor accident, which he said required light assembly on the front bumper. Bala took the vehicle to a body shop and did not get it back for 6 months. He said no one from Ford answered his emails or phone calls for help. The limitations of the EV truck became even more apparent when Bala embarked on a chaotic 1,400-mile road trip to Chicago. That's a very bad idea with a Ford. Tesla, you could do fine. With a Ford, not so much. Fast charging stations, which only charge EVs up to 90%, cost more than gas for the same mileage. On the family's first stop in Fargo, North Dakota, it took around 2 hours and $56 to charge his vehicle from 10% to 90%. $56 sounds pretty dang good if you compare that to a truck and actually filling up. Most trucks take $80 to $100 to fill the gas tank to about 90%. So just depending on where you live, $56, I'm going to be the voice of reason, sounds pretty dang good to me. Now, that only gave you 215 miles. Yikes. But really, the 2 hours of charging, that's insane. Okay, Tesla superchargers could do this in 30, 40 minutes. Less if you're on a V4 supercharger. So yeah, that's pretty rough. Now, after not being able to get to a charger, he said he drove to 2 different charging stations, and both of them were faulty. The sheer helplessness was mind-boggling, Bala wrote in an online post. My kids and wife were really worried and stressed at this point. They ended up having the truck towed to a Ford dealership, renting a gas vehicle to finish their road trip, and then picking the truck up on the way home. So I've come to the only logical conclusion that I can come to. Only buy Tesla, and Tesla's going to dominate while all the other electric vehicle manufacturers falter and can't get their feet in the water, much less the rest of their body. If it takes 2 hours to charge your vehicle at any charger, that's a problem. I don't know about you, but I value my time more than anything else. Time is the only asset that you cannot buy or get back. I'm not spending 2 hours at a charger. I don't care what vehicle it is. So Tesla, clearly going to be the only winner here. Joe actually responded as a comment to this Yahoo Finance article from this truck situation. And he says the problem is the actual range is less than 50% of what is advertised. We purchased one of the trucks, and when towing, we got less than 25% of the quoted mileage. Even worse when you had to take 60-mile detours to find a charger and then wait your turn to charge if the charger actually worked. Then charging was more expensive than fuel. What a joke. So it seems like basically everyone is having the same complaints, and hopefully the Cybertruck can be a much better product than what is currently out there. And I think the 1.9, well, probably 2 million pre-orders for the Cybertruck are going to tell us just that the Cybertruck is much, much more superior than anything else you can buy on the markets today. In other breaking news, Tesla has just sent another robot that has arrived in Canada to go into a Tesla showroom. Now, this continues to be a more reoccurring concept of these robots getting added to Tesla showrooms, further solidifying they want to create attention and awareness to a future product that is coming. And let me tell you right now, if this thing could do some chores around the house, I'll do it. Because good luck getting the kids or the wife to do chores after work or school or anything else. This would be pretty handy. Let me know down below in the comment section if you would be in the markets to purchase a Tesla robot, if it could actually be of use. GM says they will extend 2023 Chevy Bull EV production into December. This is a report that comes after we previously thought the EV Bull was going to be discontinued on November 7th. Instead, this will continue throughout the rest of this year. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section of the Chevy Bull. I think it's probably one of the worst looking vehicles that you can actually buy out on the road. It's pretty ugly looking. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. But if this thing sees the demand that it claims to, GM thinks these will sell 70,000 units this year. And the Bolt has already been a successful EV for GM really over the years anyways. If this thing can succeed, then anything can succeed. Mullen Automotive begins production of the Mullen 3 Class 3 EV truck. While Mullen is not really a competitor to anyone and really has a strong chance of going bankrupt, if anyone can succeed, it's good news. EV adoption has so far to go that there's room for anyone that tries to play in the game right now. So that is going to do it for this video. That is everything you need to know for the day today as far as newsworthy topics of conversation. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you made it to the end of this video. Thank you for joining me. My name is Michael Tyler, and I will see you in the next one.